Welcome to the Green Room on Casting Workbook. I'm Natasha Gargiulo. Now, She Said is a powerful new drama, one of my favorite movies of the year, about the two New York Times reporters who exposed Hollywood mogul Harvey Weinstein. And for the two actors, Carey Mulligan and Zoe Kazan, they say the importance of the film was to focus on the survivors of Me Too, and also it gave them a new appreciation for journalism.
It was interesting, when we were making the film, the focus was so much on the journalism and on the survivors. Most of which aren't people that people from different positions within the industry, and so it never felt to us like the film was about Hollywood or the concept of Hollywood. It always just felt like it was about these women, about their stories, and I think the focus from the script, from the offset, was so much. There was no portrayals of violence against women on screen. Weinstein is never seen; you never see his face. So the focus was so clearly on the survivors and their testimonies, and on Meghan and Jodie in the story, that it never felt like it felt we were in that world of trying to do what the book does, which is put you in the shoes of the journalists as they were breaking the story.
And it feels like it's a more universal story, unfortunately. Yeah. I think so many women face some kind of sexual harassment or inappropriate conduct in their life. I think for Jodie and Meghan, the fact that it was Hollywood meant that this was really visible, and that it meant that it might have a larger impact. But I don't think that it was their point was never to take down one man or take down one industry, but rather to shine a light in the biggest way that they could.
A lot of what the film did for me was sort of help me understand journalism more. I don't think I'd given a huge amount of thought to it, particularly investigative journalism. And I think Zoe talks about this, but you can live with this sort of slightly naive assumption that when a journalist knows something to be true, that they can then write it, and that's sort of how it works, And when you look at the rigor that these women go through, and the incredibly high standards, it really reminds you that words matter and that the truth matters, and what they went through to run this story. I mean, ultimately the article read almost like a legal document, because they had a wealth of information. They had so many stories, but so little of it that they could absolutely prove. And so what was run in that story was what they could 100% stand behind, that they knew was the truth. And I think seeing that portrayed on screen and seeing what journalism, the standards are, was really, really important.